Now, Antonia Colibasanu is a senior analyst at Geopolitical Futures. She joins us now live from Bucharest. Antonia, thank you very much for joining us here on TRT World. Tell me, what does this ban mean for global markets?
Thank you for having me. Well, the ban that Russia just imposed is really not very significant for the global market. It would have been significant if Russia indeed banned the metals that it supplies the world with. So basically, Russia is now sending us a signal and telling us that, well, we can do something. And more importantly, Russia is telling its own population, basically the Kremlin is communicating to internal Russia that it will not stand by. However, it is not banning what brings much revenue to its own budget, and that is supplies of metals, supplies of commodities like aluminum, copper, and everything else that you've actually shown in the video earlier.
So are you saying that more than it impacts the global economy, it's going to impact the Russian economy?
Well, I'm saying that, yes, it is going to impact the Russian economy and the Russian feeling internally. The population will see that the Kremlin has done something to protect itself and to show the world that it's not just standing by. However, it is also sending a signal into the markets in the sense that right now we are seeing great uncertainty with regards to contracts being renegotiating, and basically everything in the supply markets are uncertain and very cautiously going upwards. We've seen an increase in price of pretty much all commodities that Russia trades in. And that's not necessarily because of the Russian ban. That is because of the SWIFT sanctions that are creating this self-sanctions on account of the Western companies that are basically saying, well, look, we don't know what will come next. We don't know how Russia will behave. We don't know what kind of sanctions might come from the West and how Russia will react to them. So we need to be cautious. We need to renegotiate.
Now, with the coercive economic actions, the West, to a major extent, has isolated Russia in the global markets. Now, we are anticipating more sanctions might be imposed on Russia. If Russia is completely isolated, tell me, do you think, in your view, the world can afford to lose Russian exports?
Well, that's $1 million question, actually. I don't think that we are going to do very well if we completely isolate Russia. First of all, I don't think it is realistic to assume that we can completely isolate Russia from the world trade. It is already, we are already seeing reports that Russia is going to discuss with China. We are also seeing reports how Russia is planning to use Belarus and maybe Kazakhstan to ship its merchandise out into the market. So while we are seeing everyone nervous, I don't think complete isolation will do any of us good. So basically, it's kind of impossible to think of that scenario. It would be dramatic. It would be like a third world war in economic terms. Honestly, that basically will shift our production models and our economies and will probably make inflation go higher than it already is, and it's not low. So.
Right. All right, Antonia Colibasanu, thank you very much for talking to us here on TRT World.